where I see white, I am going to leave that dry. So this is just how I would approach a white flower. This is just water. Okay, now I'm going into the color I have here. It's kind of a purpley blue. And I'll modify that a little. Bring some of that out here. I'm just kind of dancing around with this. It's the shadow side of the ear. And I'm going to get another brush so I can drop in some other colors that I see. So this is all with the triad. This is kind of a fleshy pink. This is just a damp brush now. Okay, so my paper, of course, is drying. So I'm going to wet a little bit here. Soften this edge. Now this is dry under here, but I'm going to go in with this very wet triad color. And while it's wet, I'll put in this fleshy pink color. I think that this goes good for now. So now I'm going to go on to this fellow. Oh, here we go with the water. I'm painting where there isn't white. I'm going to worry about staying in the lines with my water. I'm going to go over the eye, but I'm going to leave those eyelashes and the top of his eyelid because those are important. Dry brush down here for the fur. Now, purpley shadow on this ear. So I got a gold color here just from mixing more yellow into the other colors. Okay, now I'm going to put my big brush down for a minute and use a smaller brush for the nose. So this again is a same three colors, just mixed in different proportions to give me this brownish, bluish color. Now the paper is dried here. I wouldn't be putting this mouth in or it dry. I like how this painting's all about a limited palette. looks a little pink and yellow. So I'm rimming his eye with this pink. All right, I think that eye's pretty good.
Doris, I counted this time how many strokes you touched the paper with just for that
Uh-oh.
eye, and it was over
Uh-oh.
136. And I think
And here,
I should just be doing that in like 5 strokes. And you've spent like, yeah, it's just,
well,
uh,
that's not necessarily a good thing because I usually say the fewer the strokes, the better the painting. But when it comes to eyes, I enjoy painting them so much. This part I love all wash and everything, but the focus is always going to be on the eye. So that's where I want to get the detail.
right,
But
it's
thank you for
lovely.
counting. I
It's
never would do
lovely.
that.
Lovely.
Thank you. I'm going to do his eyes. Now, because he's in the background and this eye's in shadow, there's not going to be a lot of contrast. Well, I feel like doing something dramatic in the background very quickly. I'm wetting all this, but I'm not necessarily dropping color everywhere, just where I want contrast. Big brush, just going with the sap for now, just because it's easy. So I think about where do I want this to pop? So here's where I could take my atomizer, do this, and notice how my atomizer is misdirected here, got on my ear. So this is something I don't usually do, but I'm going to blot this. So I'll leave some little bits of dry paper I want a nice soft edge here, so I'm not going to go right up to the edge of the goat. Same thing over here. So I'm going to wet up to my pencil line, but I'm not going to bring the paint right up to my pencil line.
The guy on the left, when you did his snout, all of a sudden he just came right out in front of you. It just drew his whole
Great.
snout right towards you.
Good.
That was
Yeah.
fun.
And he's got a goofy look. That's cute. So I want to spatter something. And I'm just going to bring a little bit of green over to this side. Just a little. All right. I like sense of light. And that only happened because I put that background in. And the spattering creates these little blooms that suggest out of focus light.